Hello! Today I'm chatting about the best business advice I've been given, which might be helpful to you too. So, welcome to Grow Your Vegan Business. I'm Jessica Goodenough of Modern Vegan Marketing. I'm here to help you grow your online business without the overwhelm. So, if you're ready to grow your influence, impact, and income, then please subscribe. I'd also love to connect on Instagram. I'm at the Jessica Goodenough. Right, so today I'm talking about, it wasn't necessarily business advice that was given to me directly, but that I've kind of gleaned recently. And it's well known, but I'm going to go with it anyway. The advice is essentially to test before you're ready. So it's very tempting as business owners, or generally as people, especially if you've got a bit of a perfectionist streak, to try and create the perfect thing in the shadows before you let it out into the world. But we often then miss the mark because we've created this beautiful thing in our head that nobody really needs. And I've been super guilty of this. I've created lots of different online things in the past that have completely failed. So I'm not saying this as a criticism of anybody. I've done it. I've created Etsy products that haven't sold at all. I partly created an online course and then gave up halfway through because I realised it wasn't a very good idea. By the way, it was a course for well-being in postpartum mums before I'd had a baby. Once I had a baby, I realised what postpartum mums don't need is extra stuff to do. Anyway, moving on. This is day 2, by the way, of Bismuth, a challenge that Latasha James has created, and she's kind of part of the inspiration of this. Her ears must be ringing. Anyway, so it's kind of 2 things that inspired this best advice video or podcast if you're listening to it. One of them is the recent Vegan Business Tribe podcast episode. That's hard to say. Where they were interviewing the founder of a company, and I can't remember what the name of the company was, but anyway, they sell tempeh products. So he was saying that essentially they super tested it. They tested a lot in the very beginning of their business, and he was trying to make it fail. And that's kind of the job that we should have, is that we should try and have this growth mindset. So the growth mindset is when you see everything as a challenge, in a positive way, and that you seek that kind of feedback rather than staying hidden and hoping that no one's going to judge you and that kind of thing, which is more like a fixed mindset perspective. So that's kind of one inspiration, is this man that just didn't want his business to fail, but put himself out there, and then his business grew quite quickly. But also the flip side of it is my more personal experience recently. So I've been on this course called the Social Media Management Accelerator, and we had homework that was assigned to us, and that included creating a strategy document, all sorts of things. But essentially creating those was the little leap of confidence that I needed to now offer these services professionally. And what was I going to say? Beep, beep, beep. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my beautiful candles and plants. Yes, essentially testing things when you're not yet ready, because you can otherwise keep pootling around in the background and perfecting things. And I recently applied this whole concept because I've been helping people, as you might know, with their social media. And at first, I thought this would take the form of a strategy workshop where I essentially was there, but the other person did most of the work, and that this could work with several people. And I tested it with some of my close internet friends. And while it was quite cool, and I've got some really good reviews for it, I think it didn't necessarily go deep enough. It wasn't specific enough. And I had different questions from lots of different people, and a lot of them were technical questions because we were kind of doing it while we were doing it anyway. So I realized that format, as I set it up, didn't exactly work. So then I transitioned to one-on-one sessions, and doing the course really helped me because that gave me the format. And if I hadn't done the course and had to submit the assignment on time, I would have creating a social media strategy. I'd have probably pootled around and tried to find the best way of doing it, and then done nothing. And instead, I have a very good way of doing things that might not be the absolute best perfect way, but it is very operational and good. And it's done. Well, it's not done, but it's done. I've done it for several people now. But like once I settled on that one-on-one session format where I explained this in a previous episode, but where I've got one session where we work through that person's business goals and who their ideal client is and who their competitors, etc. And then I present to them the strategy in the second session and we talk through it. I had that format down. But then I realised, having done it a couple of times, that the first session, it would make more sense rather than just chatting and me taking a few notes, that we actually directly work in Google Sheets and that I put the numbers in then, rather than I've been starting to use Notion to take notes in meetings, rather than taking the notes in Notion and then copy it anyway. So testing things before you're ready helps to improve them. And then when you go to market, they're much better. So that's essentially the short story for today. And I'd like to know what it is there that you can test before you're ready. I'd love to know. So do either put a comment if you're on YouTube, or I might share these on Instagram. I'm not sure yet. But write a comment if you're on YouTube, and if you're listening in a podcast player or directly on my website, please send me your thoughts and what you're going to test at the Jessica Goodenough on Instagram. That would be brilliant. Right, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.